Oh, I
Like for
see.
example, getting like a Nest. I don't know if you heard of Nest before, but Nest is a home control system. So it controls your heat or your air conditioning in your home. And
Oh,
it controls
I see.
everything, and it's connected through Wi-Fi system, and you can change the temperature with your cell phone device because it's
Oh, I
connected
see.
through the Wi-Fi. So
That
that's a
sounds.
really convenient feature. Like so, if it's for example, if it's really hot during the day and you need to turn the temperature in your house down, you don't have to get up and go to the wall to turn down or use the remote or something like that. You can just pull up your phone, pull up the application, and turn the temperature down with your phone.
Oh wow, that sounds really good. I wish I could have that one because
Hmm.
like in summer, yeah, when I came home, it's
Hmm.
really hot because yeah, the air conditioner is not working, and
Right.
if
Well, it's
I
not
have that off,
right,
oh,
but
it
it's
was.
not that it's not. I just want to help you with the correction there. So it's not that it's not working; it's that it's not on. Right, because
Oh yeah.
usually in Asia, I mean, it's the same thing for me. We have like in-room conditioners, in-room air conditioners. So it's the unit is like on the wall, and you have to turn it on to get the air conditioning to start. But usually, when nobody's home, you don't want to let the machine run all the time because it costs a lot of electricity. So usually you leave it off or turn it off when nobody is home because nobody's using the space. So why waste electricity?
Yeah, but I mean, like, so for example, yeah, when I came home, I'm really hot because the air conditioner is not on. But
Right.
I don't want to be hot, so maybe if I finish school, then I can just turn on the air conditioner early. Then
True.
if I come home, yeah, I can be really cold. I mean cool
Hmm.
because I
Yeah.
already
So
turned
when
on
you,
the air
yeah,
conditioner with
yeah,
phone.
yeah, that's something you would be able to do with Nest. You can connect to your. I think you can connect remotely to it. I'm not sure if you need to be connected to the Wi-Fi at home or not. Um, but it's something like if you're so for example, you get home and you connect to your Wi-Fi outside your home. You can then connect to Nest and then turn the air conditioning on. But I don't think it works away from home. Like you have to be connected to the Nest's Wi-Fi connection because
Oh, I
net
see.
the device is connected to the Wi-Fi at the house, and you can't connect to a Wi-Fi signal unless you're close enough to the router essentially. So you have to be connected to the Wi-Fi that the device is connected to in order to turn it on or turn it off or to change the temperature. So it's not
Oh,
something
I see.
you could finish school and be on your way home and be like, oh, I want to turn the air conditioning on before I get home. You could turn it on. I wish it was like that. Sure, maybe something like that could happen in the future, but currently I don't think that's something that is accessible right now. But
Oh,
that's a
I
good
see.
idea.
Yeah, I wish I could. Yeah, I wish that could happen in the future. Yeah, but
Hmm.
it's still good because so for example, the air conditioner is outside. I mean, yeah,
Hmm.
right now I'm in my room, but I want to be more cold, so yeah, I can
Hmm.
just temperature down. Yeah, so even though I can use it in outside if the Wi-Fi is not connected, but it's still convenient because I can
Yeah.
control the air conditioner in my room or also in the restroom. Yeah, I can
Hmm.
if I'm in the home and if the Wi-Fi is connected, then I can control the air conditioner no matter where I am in the home.
Hmm.
So it's still, I guess, it's a really nice idea. I guess still
Yeah.
nice. Yeah,
Yeah,
skill.
it is a pretty good idea. It's just I don't know if the technology is there yet to do something like that.
Yeah, and in the future, the technology will you know be more convenient, be more useful. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to
Hmm.
see what I can do in the future.
Hmm. So do you
Yeah.
think we I mean they're being developed right now, but do you think you will be able to experience flying cars?
Flying cars. Yeah, I think in the future, for about like 20 years later, I think I can experience flying car because
Okay.
these days they're working on the flying cars. That's what I heard,
Hmm.
and I guess
Hmm.
the one of the a person who is working on the flying cars name was Elon Musk, right?
Elon Musk, yeah.
Oh, Elon Musk. Yeah, he's working. is working about flying cars. So I think we can ride. I think we can experience flying cars in the future. And yeah, I
Hmm.
really wish I could ride flying cars. That would be so exciting.
Hmm. But it wouldn't be in. So you said in 2 years. So it's not. We wouldn't say into. It's like, or sorry. I think you said two. Sorry, you said 2 years later.
Oh, as
Or
20 years
earlier.
later, maybe.
Yeah, 20 years later. So it'd be in 20 years, not 20 years later.
Oh, in 20 years.
Yeah.
So
So
yeah, I can
in twenty
say yeah, I
years.
think yeah, we'll experience the flying car in 20 years. Yeah, am I right?
Yeah. Hmm. That's correct.
Oh, I see. I got it.
Hmm. Okay.
And what about you? Yeah, do you want to experience the flying car? And if
Of
you do that,
course. Yeah, of
yeah, like
course. I would love to experience flying cars. Although I'm a bit skeptical about how how beneficial they would be. So I understand that being able to get from point A to point B, going in a straight line, right? So straight lines are faster than driving through streets and going different turns. In which way a straight line is obviously faster than going through different turns or roads and things like that. But you got to think space, right? So now you're not only driving in 3D space on the road, but now you're going up and down, side to side, and front and back, forwards and backwards, and even diagonally. So you have this freedom of different controls, and in a way, like, we don't have the infrastructure developed for flying cars. Like, we don't have the ability to just turn on our flying car and fly away, right? We have to have some sort of space in order for the car to build up speed and then eventually take flight, unless we have something like an open area where the car can a car can go to it, set up, and then take off. In which way, it depends on the style of car. So if you're talking about a car that can fly like an airplane, it's different than a car that can fly like a helicopter, per se. So like we're talking like the drones, right? They have four propellers, and it
this one.
picks up and takes off like a helicopter in a way. While the airplane cars, they need to build up speed in order to gain lift, right? So you have to drive so fast, and then once you reach a certain speed, the car will be able to start to lift off the ground, kind of like an
Oh, I
airplane
see.
does.
So, for
But
example, if it's a busy city, I mean, if there's a lot of car, I think it will be hard to fly because there are a lot of
you
cars, so
need
it's
you need
hard.
the space. Yeah, it's not feasible because of the space limitations.
Oh yeah, but
And
if I could, yeah, fly right away, I mean, without any speed, if I can just flow, I mean, that will be impossible. But if I can, then they'll be amazing. I mean, they'll be perfect.
hmm yeah, so I mean, if we're talking flying cars, like for example, I don't know if you've ever seen the film like Back to the Future, for example.
Oh, I've never
It's
seen the film.
it's an older film, and the car had like thruster, like engines on the wheels essentially. And what happened was it had some sort of elevation where it would just lift up, and the tires would turn in, and then the engines were on the tires, and they would turn on and lift the car up higher. um but like, I don't know how any of that would work. It's not mechanically able to be made right now, and it's not something that can be engineered, I don't think.
Oh,
Just
I
because
see.
with all the different moving parts, it just seems unlikely that something like that would happen anytime soon. But we do have, I mean, the current flying cars that are being developed, there's a few of them. I think a couple of them are similar to the way drones are developed right now. Like, they have propellers. Typically, they have four propellers on it, and they lift and take off with no runway needed. So you don't need to drive fast in order to take off and gain lift like an airplane. They take off more like a helicopter. So
Oh, I
this
see.
this this style of flying car requires less space for it to take off and land, but it still needs space to take off and land. Like, you can't just be stuck in traffic, for example, and all of a sudden just take off and fly away. It's not possible, because you have limitations with space above you, space from side to side, and things like that. it's hard to just if you get stuck driving your car like like normal car. If you have the ability to fly and take off like a helicopter, um, you the space limitations aren't there. So you would have to choose: do you want to drive or do you want to fly? You have to choose one or the other. And then when it comes to flying, you have to make sure that you're able to take off in that area because they're. I know right now they're still working with like restrictions, like do you need a pilot's license to fly the car, or do you need a driver's license? Which do you need? So I'm assuming that if you want to have a flying car and to use it in flight mode, you have to have some sort of pilot's license. You have to know how to drive these machines. If you
Oh
don't,
yeah.
it's extremely dangerous for not only yourself but other people in the area. Um,
Oh, I
and
see.
when you're landing, there needs to be some sort of landing zone for you to safely land in an area where you're not going to damage property, hurt other people.
That's
So
right. We need,
this is
yeah.
the infrastructure problems I was talking about earlier.
Yeah, so yeah, there are some few problems. We also need a pilot license to fly, and yeah, we also, yeah, when we land, yeah, we need some space. So yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
guess they will. I guess yeah, we don't know. I guess they'll sometimes they'll feel uncomfortable because there are some conditions. Yeah, but by the way, what
Yeah.
about drones for human? I mean, like drone doesn't need space; it can just float right away. And if so, for example, drone is not that big, so we can just land. We don't need that much space. So yeah, I guess yeah,
Mm-hmm.
flying drone sounds. I guess it sounds neat. What do you think?
Like, do you mean single passenger?
Uh,
Do you mean
oh,
single like do you mean like one person
oh
drones?
yeah, one person
Um,
drone.
I mean, yeah, they have some of those right now. Granted, I think they are extremely expensive, but yeah, you do need to be trained in doing those as well. Um, so there are a few. So they have Chinese electric car maker and Chrysler are making flying cars. Um,
Oh, I see.
but here are 14 awesome flying cars and taxis that are currently in development. Um, so we have this one here. This is Aeromobile's prototype.
Oh wow, it
Mhm.
is really similar to from the airplanes.
Yeah. So this one, I believe it takes off and flies like an airplane does. Um,
Yeah, I think so too, because it
and then you
also has a
have
wheel like
this
airplane.
one is an Airbus Vahana. This is more like a drone. Has
Yeah, it looks
multiple
like a
propeller
drone.
props. Um, you have a Kitty Hawk's flying prototype here. Um, the Volocopter 2X.
Oh, it
That's not
looks like
even a
a
car.
helicopter.
It looks like a helicopter. Yeah, another one. But these are not cars. Like a lot of these are they're flying like personal flying vehicles on their own.
Oh, I
So you
see.
have this one looks more like a drone. It's just bigger for people. This one
Yeah,
has
it looks like
eight props. This one's similar to the other one. Looks more like a helicopter. Same one here. This is a Boeing Porsche flying taxi that's in concept.
wow. Okay.
Hyundai is also working on it. Flying taxi division.
Wow,
Uh, at,
Hyundai's also working on it.
yeah, so they don't have a prototype yet, but it hired NASA veteran Dr. Daiwon Shin to spearhead its entry into the segment. So this was back in 2019. So this is three years ago now that it
Oh, I
started
see.
its division. Um, so the Aston Martin, Rolls Royce, but they're like the only one that was the car that was the first one. Like the only one that's actually looks kind of like a car is this one.
It looks like a car. It looks like a flying car, but everything
Hmm.
was like drone or helicopter. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But this looks like a car. This looks like a flying car.
Hmm.
Yes.
So here, I probably won't be able to see that because I can't. For some reason in Vietnam, I can't see BBC. So
Oh, I see.
here's a flying car prototype from 1947.
Oh, 1947.
Yeah.
Yeah, Just airplane is taking the car. I mean, yeah, they're
Yeah,
carrying the
it
car from
looks
the
like it's
sky.
carrying a car.
Yeah.
So these are all the prototypes that happened throughout the years. So you have 1973, Aero car here, flying automobile in 1940. Um, yes, 1949 Aero car. Some more here and here. That's like an airplane. But yeah, so I mean, there's all types of concept arts and things like that. So you have something like this.
Oh wow, it
But
looks.
unfortunately, we're just about out of time, and my next class is about to start. But it was nice meeting you, David. Hopefully, we'll talk again soon. But stay safe in the meantime, okay?
Yeah, I hope to see you again soon. Yeah, well, have a great
Yeah,
day.
I'll be around. Thank you. You too. Take
Okay.
care.
Yeah,
Bye bye.
indeed. You take care. Bye.